in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time that Lester been black and eyes like Debo.
Like Debo?
And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8.
7-8.
And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, not wear my crown.
Fuck around, not wear my crown.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. This trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again.
Yeah, what it do? What's good with it? Yeah, when you come in the building, y'all already know, smash on that like button and jump in the comment section. Let me know you in the building. What's happening with it, everybody? Let me see who we got. Phil J508 off in the building. What it do? Omega Red, what's happening, Big Omega? Knockout Boxing 86 TV off in the building. What it is with you, Knockout? Bumpy Thompson off in the building. Michael Parker. Yeah, there you go talking that boxing again. What's good with y'all? Yeah, we finna cook today. And shit, I think I'm finna have an open panel today. So, you know, if y'all want to cook, just let me know and I'll drop that link for you. Yeah, it's finna go down. Yes, sir. And like I said, once you come in the building, make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you hit the like button. We're gonna get to cooking. You know, we got some fights this weekend too to talk about. We got some fights this weekend to get into too. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, when you come in the building, like my man Omega Riggs say, he say hit that like button and make sure that y'all do that, and then hop in the comment section, let me know that you in the building. And we're gonna start it off. We gonna get straight into it. This weekend we got some fights. One of the big fights this weekend is the rematch between Estrada and Chocolatito. Looking forward to that fight. We already know that's gonna be an action-packed fight. Shit. When you talk about Mexican style, that's the epitome of a true Mexican style fight. Them boys finna go at it this weekend. And who y'all got this weekend? Let me know who y'all got. Y'all got Chocolatito or y'all got Estrada? G5 Gabe off in the building. What's happening with it? Knockout Boxing 86 TV. He said y'all was roasting last night. I missed it. What channel was that on? What channel was they getting it in on? Was that on I Am Ill Will? Knockout Boxing say his prediction he gonna drop his prediction video today. And when you come in the building, make sure that y'all go subscribe to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. He dropping heat every day, all day. He said he picked Estrada. You got Estrada. Okay. Man, it's a hard one. It's a hard one because Chocolatito, he won the first fight, but we seen him fade, but he came back strong in his last couple fights. I don't know, man. Oh, you talking about Money, when Money roasted old boy. Yeah, I seen most of it. Hey, Money was getting in dude ass. Dude was on their line and some more shit. Talking about well, Crawford, he said he'll take the 60-40. He said he would take the, like, bro, that man ain't never said he would take 60-40. He turned that shit down from the jump. Like, where you getting your news at? Where are you getting your news at? Because we all want to see, and we all want to go to the platform where you get your news at. Knockout Boxing 86 said, yeah, I Am Ill Will and Money cooked the old buddy with the dreads last night. Yeah, I seen most of the Money channel. I got to go back and watch, the rest of it that I missed. I was off in that thing. Yeah, man, they was in there. They was going at it for a long time last night. I don't know why these dudes, like, I don't understand why dudes be typing all that shit in the comment section, and then they feel like they can jump on the panel when they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Like, when you jump on the panel, please come with facts, because if you don't come with no facts, if you fucking with one of us, you finna look real bad. For real. I'm not finna jump on nobody panel, right, if I don't know what the fuck is going on. Knockout Boxing 86 say dude kept trying to cut him off. People cut you off when they failing. Yeah. If you debating and you ain't confident enough to let the other person speak, you losing. Yeah, that's real shit. Real shit. Brown on Boxing, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we know what it is, man. These dudes keep jumping on these panels, trying to argue some shit that they can't really argue about. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to argue a money split between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, the end result is you gonna lose. It ain't no argument. You finna lose. But yeah, so back to the fight this weekend. Let me know, everybody in the building, who y'all got. Y'all got Chocolatito or y'all got Estrada in that fight? Who y'all got? KG, what's happening with it? Salute. Hey, KG be up in them boxing groups roasting cats. Hey, my boy he be up in there active with it. Yeah, let me know who y'all got. Y'all got Chocolatito or y'all got Estrada this weekend? Who else we got fighting this weekend? Yeah, knockout. Right. Put the shit that you put in the chat, right? When you come in the building talking that bullshit, when you put something in the chat, right? Stand on that shit. Don't get up on the platform when we pull you on camera and get to fumbling and shit. Sal said he got the chocolate kid. I think I'm gonna have to go with him too. I think I'm gonna have to go with him too, man. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out who else is fighting this weekend because I know it's some other fights that's going down this weekend that I'm missing. Oh yeah, you right. Knockout boxing. That Ammo Williams versus Dennis Duggan. That's gonna be a hell of a fight because that's a big step up. Oh yeah, man, I'm slipping. Benavidez is fighting this weekend. Man, we got some fights this weekend, dog. We got some fights this weekend. Ammo Williams versus Dennis Duggan. That's gonna be that's gonna be a firefight because this is gonna be like Ammo Williams step up fight. This one of his step up fights. Ammo Williams been blowing through these cats, and I'm looking forward to see what he gonna do with Dennis. Real talk. You got I knew Raymond Ford. Raymond Ford is fighting. You got Benavidez. You got my boy Benavidez, man. He fighting. David Benavidez is fighting the dude Ellis, right? He fighting Ellis. I don't think, I think David Benavidez finna run through Ronald Ellis. Real talk. I think David Benavidez finna run through Ronald Ellis. I'm looking forward to see what with the young cat Raymond Ford gonna look like. We got some fights. We got some good fights this weekend. We got some good fights this weekend. Luis Lopez said he got Chocolatito. Anybody got Estrada winning that fight this weekend besides my man Knockout? Anybody got Estrada winning besides Knockout? Like I said, I got Chocolatito myself. I think, shit. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that the fight is a tailor-made style fight for him, and he won the first fight. Unless he just faded, unless he's faded, I think that it's gonna be the same outcome. He has faded, but I mean, shit, ain't neither one of them getting no younger. Ain't neither one of them getting no younger. Let me see. Hold on real quick. When was their last fight? Hold on. Let me see when they fought last. That fight was a minute ago. Hold on. What was that fight? Damn, that fight was in 2012. Damn, I didn't know that. I didn't even realize that it's been that long since that first fight. That shit was in 2012 when they first fought. So, hey, this I don't know. I have forgot that the fight was that long ago. I don't know. I gotta go. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I gotta go back and watch that first fight. You know what I'm saying? So don't quote me on that pick. I gotta go back and watch that first fight because that first fight was so long ago. A lot of shit didn't change, and I know for a fact that Chocolatito, he ain't the same fighter he was back then. He's not the same fighter that he was back then. And Juan Estrada is the younger fighter. He is the younger fighter. They both been in some wars. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about damage and they both been in some wars, but Juan Estrada is the younger fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go back and watch that fight. Shit, I might have to go with Estrada like I said, I'm gonna go back and watch that fight today. That's one thing I am gonna do. So that's one thing I got to look forward to tonight is going back and watching that first fight, because it's been so long. I didn't realize that the last time they fought was in 2012. I watched the fight, the original fight, but it's been so long, you know. Bumpy Thompson said Estrada was coming back. Like I said, yeah, I got to go watch that fight again. I got to go. KP from KC5, what's happening with it? Shady Girl 85, salute to you, Queen. Michael Parker says he got Chocolatito. Knockout Boxing 86 TV, he say Dennis been in there with killers and held his own. Yeah, I know Dennis been in there with, man, Dennis Douglas. He been in there with my man Darrell. He been in there with some killers and he done held his own. Like he been in there with the upper echelon, right? Ammo Williams, that's why this is a big step up fight for Ammo Williams. Dennis, he said Dennis been in there with some killers and held his own, went 9 rounds with Benavidez. He also was boxing well against Darrell until the fight got stopped on an accidental cut. Yeah, and that was like a couple years ago when he fought. Him and Darrell had real beefs. You know what I'm saying? They really would fucking with each other. So yeah, we got some solid fights this weekend to look forward to, you know. KG said he got Estrada personally. Yeah, see, that's gonna be a good fight to bet on too, man. You know, I like to, you know, I fuck around and bet on some of these fights. Let me look at the odds. What's the odds for that fight this weekend? Let me say, let me pull it up right now for y'all. What is the betting odds? Hold on. Damn, bro, knockout. They got Ammo Williams a negative 1,400 favorite. If you want to bet on Ammo Williams, you got to put 1,400 up to win $100. That shit crazy. You got Michael Zarafa versus Anthony Mundine. We got Juan Carlos Burgos. Damn, he's still Raymond Ford. Let me see. Let me see where this Chocolatito Estrada fight is. Okay, so Estrada is the favorite. He a negative 165, meaning that you got to put up $165 to win $100 if you bet on Estrada. And Gonzalez is a plus 135 underdog, meaning that if you put up $100 and Gonzalez wins, you get back 135. So you get back, you know, yep. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cook on that too, KP. I'm gonna cook on that too. So yeah, it's some good fights. It's some good fights. That's, you know, that we got to look forward to this weekend. Let me see if there's any other fights that I missed. That's worth talking about. Let me see. Hold on. That's about all this for this weekend. John Kramer, what's happening with it? Yeah, so it's some good fights. Now, something else I want to cook on, right, is I seen, you know, Sean Porter, and I'm probably gonna make a separate video about this. I seen Sean Porter, you know, he called out Terrence Crawford again, right? He calls out Terrence Crawford again. And Terrence Crawford, man, it's crazy because Sean Porter, he says, I'll be ready in May, right? I'm like, basically, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, Bud. I'll be ready in May. And then Bud gonna come back and he gonna tell him, you know, gonna give him the yawn emoji, like, you know, like whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't no big factor type of shit. And he gonna say, just stand by because now you trying. So I took that, like, from what Terrence Crawford said, is I took that is now Terrence Crawford is getting aggravated because Sean Porter is letting him know, like, hey, we here. Let's make the fight. I'm waiting, right? So I'm like, you aggravated because, soon as you get a top level fighter calling you out, now you aggravated? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I looked at that shit as you should be excited that you got Sean Porter out here that's calling you out because you don't have nowhere else to go. Matter of fact, you should be calling Sean Porter out instead of him putting up yawn emojis and acting like that he's getting tired of Sean Porter calling him out and telling Sean Porter to wait around and telling Sean Porter like, oh, now you trying me. Now you trying to test my nerves. Why? Why do you feel that way? Like that shit crazy to me. Now that you get an opponent that everybody want to see you in the ring with, right? Except for the Terrence Crawford dick riders. They don't want to see him in the ring with nobody at all unless it's Errol Spence, right? But anyway, right? Soon as you get somebody that's a top level, right? A level fighter, A level, B plus level, whatever, you know what I'm saying? On that top tier, soon as you get a man on that top tier that's calling you out, that's breathing down your neck, right? You get mad. You get mad and you putting up yawn emojis and telling the man that, oh, now you tested my nerve. You should be calling Sean Porter out. Now that you know that Pacquiao is not on the table for you, that you're not going to get an Errol Spence fight next, you should be out here calling Sean Porter and Keith Thurman out. And also, you should be calling Ugas out. You should be on here telling everybody that you want to smoke and you should be on their neck. They shouldn't have to call you out. That's the shit that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with Bud. He's great in the ring, but the shit that he does outside of the ring, man, I'm like, what are you doing? Blue Blood Sports TV off in the building. What's happening with it, Blue? And if y'all ain't subscribed to Blue Blood TV, I don't know what you're doing in your life. John Kramer, he say, what's good with it, John? Yeah, like this shit, right? Lowland Profits, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah, like this shit really, I don't know, it puzzles me. Because when I seen that, I'm like, man, this fool, Terrence Crawford, he act like he's getting aggravated because he got called out. Like, you don't have nowhere else to go. What else are you going to do, right? Kurt Anderson off in the building. What's happening with it, Kurt? Mr. Shelton off in the building. What's happening with it? What's good with it? Salute. It's like, what else are you going to do? If Sean Porter wasn't calling you out right now, right? If Sean Porter wasn't calling you out, who else? I mean, who else would we be talking about? You matching up with, right? He giving you light. Sean Porter is the only one that's giving you light right now, right? And this ain't no knock on Bud, but it's like Sean Porter is the only, you holding on by a string right now. Because if it's not Sean Porter, right? You keep talking about Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? He was pricing himself out. And I heard that Keith Thurman actually shot over a contract, right? Or shot over an offer, and it was a good offer too, right? So if you're not gonna fight, you got three people, right? And it's probably not gonna be Ugas. You're not calling out Ugas. You're not out here calling out Keith Thurman. And Sean Porter calling you out, giving you some light, and you seem like you're getting aggravated. This is the boxing game. This is boxing. Why are you aggravated? Because the man is calling you out, right? Once again, if you're just getting in the building, if you haven't seen it yet, Sean Porter, he tweeted, letting Bud know, look, what's up? I'm ready. I'll be ready in May. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready in May. And then Terrence Crawford, he tweets back and he puts a whole bunch of yawn emojis up like, like whatever, like you're not even a factor. And he says, just stand on by because you trying me now. You trying me now. This shit crazy, man. This is crazy, and we're gonna talk about it later when I say, you know, if you look at the title of the video, like, where's our Roy Jones today? Where's our Money Mayweather and Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather? And where's our Ali and Mike Tyson? And I'm gonna get into that, right? And why we need Deontay Wilder, right? It is because of shit like this, right? You getting aggravated because what y'all think about that shit? Like, let me know what y'all think about that shit. Because I took it as like the man was getting aggravated because Sean Porter is on his neck. When you should be excited, right? That you have a Sean Porter that's on your neck. You should be on Todd the Buff every day. Let him know, look, make this Sean Porter fight. If you're not going to make the Sean Porter fight for me, reach out to Keith Thurman and make the Thurman fight. What's up with the old boy? Who else you going to fight? Try to get me a Ugas fight. Try to get me the belt. He ain't mentioned none of them dudes. But when one of them called, continue to stay on your neck, you pissed off about it and you aggravated. I mean, I thought you was a fighter, right? I thought that's what fighters are supposed to do. Call each other out, let each other know that they want to fight each other. What the fuck is going on in boxing today? Like, real talk. What's going on in the sport of boxing today? And when y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button when you come in the building. Kawhi Elliott, what's good with it? My man Drico Bay off in the building. What's happening with it, Big Drico? Yeah, like this shit crazy. KP from KC5 say, like, damn, what you want to do? Keep knocking off the middle schoolers? It's crazy. It's like when you have top competition, it's always an excuse or aggravation. Like, what is it? I don't understand. I can understand, right? If he had a fight that was already in play, like if him and Errol Spence had a fight already that we knew that they was gonna fight next, and then you got guys like Sean Porter coming in, calling him out, and then you like, okay, well, now you aggravate me. You know what I got going on. Now you fucking with me. But that's not the case. Luis Lopez says, I guess Crawford doesn't want to fight nobody. This dude is crazy. Like, this shit look crazy, man. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's just a bad look. It's a bad look. KG say, Bud is just gonna fight some dude nobody really knows with a funny ass last name. Yeah, like a fucking Liam again or something. Like, man, this shit crazy, man. James Ferguson says, y'all need to stop. You know they know, Bud, the truth, keep it real. What do we need to stop with? You need to keep it real. What do we need to stop with? So you're okay with Bud having, right? With Bud not having a Pacquiao fight on the table right now, not having an Errol Spence fight on the table right now, right? Keith Thurman sent out offers. They making excuses talking about he want too much, right? But you're okay with Bud when he's getting called out by a top echelon fighter like Sean Porter. You okay with him getting aggravated and getting mad because Sean Porter's calling him out? And you're okay with him not calling out none of these other top fighters, right? That's okay with you? So when he goes fight a fucking Liam from or you know, one of these guys that ain't nobody heard of, that's what you want to see, right? That's what you want to see. But you a big fan of Bud, but I know, right, when he come and fight a nobody, and if you got to pay for it, you not finna pay for it. You ain't finna spend your earn money to pay for that shit. You said it's not all. You said it's not all his fault. These fighters is not coming there. James Ferguson, what do you mean it's not his fault? So what I'm talking about right now, right? specifically what I'm talking about right now, you trying to tell me that that's not his fault? So it's not his fault that he's getting fucking frustrated or mad or aggravated that Sean Porter is steady on his neck, right? It's not his fault that he's not calling out none of these top guys, right? And to keep it 100, the only fighter that you've heard Terrence Crawford come out and call out was Manny Pacquiao. That's it. It's not Errol Spence, not Sean Porter, not Keith Thurman, not Udanis Ugas. It's the only one that he's really called out, excuse me, is Manny Pacquiao. Straight up. And if I'm lying, I'll drop you a link. You can get on the show, and I want you to play me the footage, right? I want you to play me the footage where he called out Errol Spence or Sean Porter or Keith Thurman or Udanis Ugas. If I'm lying and I'm wrong, play me the footage. And if you can play me that footage, right? If you can play me that footage, right, where he called out any of those guys, I'll shut this fucking live down right now. And I apologize to you, and I'll say I'm wrong. Come on, play me the footage. And that's word. That's real talk. I'll shut it down right now. Draco Bay say this is good content. You break it down for simple motherfuckers like me. Hey, you crazy as hell, Draco. This shit crazy to me. Let me see. Todd Swindle in the building from that ATL. Todd say, he say Bud gonna fight his high school janitor next. Man, it's like I don't like, you know what I'm saying? People be trolling Bud and shit, and I don't like to do all of that. But it's like, man, you're not making yourself look, you're not doing no justice for yourself. You dig? You're not doing no justice for yourself. Get off the boo-boo. Robert Drummond said he been chasing that fight for over 7 years. The Pacquiao fight, yeah, that's the only person he called out. That's the only one he called out, right? Y'all can talk this aerospace shit until your fucking face turn blue, but show me some footage where he called out Errol Spence. He says, I can show you footage of Spence ducking this facts saying 80-20. Okay, come on here now, right? We might have to change the whole show around. Get on YouTube, right? Because you on Facebook. Get on YouTube. You know where to find me at. Get on YouTube, right? Go to my channel on YouTube, Everything Boxing and Sports. Log on to your YouTube, right? I'm pretty sure you got a phone in your hand right now. Get off of Facebook. Get on YouTube, right? Type in Everything Boxing and Sports, and I will drop the link in the chat for you. And hop on the panel, right? Hop on the panel. Ben Israel off in the building. He said he coming in from that 205 Alabama. What's happening with it? The home of that bomb squad. G5 Gabe says some don't understand it. When you sign to a promotion network, you will have to prove you can sell or draw a big crowd, draw a crowd before they put money behind you. That's like a store selling food that don't sell. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? WAWA 930 say Bud need to gamble on himself. What's good with you, Sheena? Queen Sheena off in the building. What's happening with you? She say calling them out. You know how we do. You're not just finna just continue to type shit. You know what I'm saying? Come and stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Come on the platform and stand on that shit. Young Murd, the cut man, salute. See, this is the shit I'm talking about, right? We're not talking about Bud inside the ring. We're not talking about Bud's personal life. We're not talking about none of that shit, right? you will try to come on here and get to typing in the comment section, right? And defend some shit that you can't defend. How are you going to defend this? Ben Israel says, real shit, Bud only fight trash at welterweight. I honestly think Errol will stop him in 10 because he always get hit with clean shots. I ain't gonna go to say all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's a great fight. It's a great fight. You know what I'm saying? But to get to that point, we got to get off the bullshit. To get to the point to where we see Bud Crawford in the ring with an Errol Spence, we got to get off the bullshit, because if he fuck around and fight another, you know what I'm saying, a nobody, right? If he fuck around and fight a nobody and then try to come to the table with some 50-50 bullshit after Errol Spence, right? After Errol Spence goes and fights Ugas, right? Goes and fights Ugas and gets a third belt. If that happens, how you gonna come to the table and you just got done fighting a nobody and you talking about 50-50? It don't even make sense. You see, Eric Wood says, "What's good with you, Eric?" Eric worked for Top Rank. He got fighters on Top Rank. He trained. Y'all actually just watched one of his fighters a couple weeks ago. His fighter, what's his name? Man, put your fighter in the comment, Eric. He just fought. Man, that was a hell of a fight, man. He fought Jared Anderson, big baby Jared Anderson, right? My man Eric Woods trains the dude that just fought big baby Jared Anderson a couple weeks ago, man. That was a hell of a fight. Ibe, yeah. Ibe, he trains Ibe, man. That was a good man. Eric, salute to y'all, man. Y'all went in there and went to war. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't come out with the victory, but that was a hell of a fight. But yeah, I'm not finna sit up here and say that Errol Spence stops Bud. Now I'm gonna keep it 100 because y'all know I always keep it 150 with y'all. I don't hold no punches, right? If you had to ask me, right, that cat, the nigga with the shag, Errol Spence with the shag, right, before this big fish, right, before he got the fame in the big bag, now if you had to ask me then, that Errol Spence would have stopped Terrence Crawford, and I would have put money on that he would have stopped Terrence Crawford. Now I wouldn't say all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now I wouldn't say all of that. But I still pick him to win that fight. But I wouldn't put no money on it that he gonna stop Bud. But shit, anything could happen in that fight. But I'm not gonna sit here and argue with people, you know, about who wins that fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. If you think that Bud win, cool. I don't have no problem with it. If you think that Errol Spence wins, I don't have no problem with it. But at the end of the day, that's not what we're talking about. Look, James Ferguson, I told you what to do. I'm not finna go back and forth with you typing in the comments, right? If you want to speak, right? If you want to get your point across, right? You welcome to hop on the platform and stand on what you're talking about. Other than that, we're gonna move along. You feel me? Other than that, we just gonna move along. Luis Lopez says if Crawford want that Spence fight, yeah, he need to take these big fights, these other fights. It's fights out there on the table. Eric Wood says it's a fight we all want to see. Hard to call a winner. Yeah. I'm not finna get up in here and I give you who I'm going with, but I'm not finna. I don't have no problem with whoever's gonna win, right? But like I said, in order to get to that point, we got to get past the rest of the bullshit that's been going on, right? But yeah, man, unless dude wanna jump on the panel, we're gonna go ahead and move on. But I just want to say that, man, like that whole situation, man, it just like, I don't know, man, it got me real puzzled. Like, why is you mad? Like, you should be excited, right? Now that Pacquiao is not on the table no more, now that you don't have an Errol Spence fight coming up next, because we know that fight ain't gonna happen next, right? You should be excited anytime you see a Sean Porter or Keith Thurman, call you out. You should be calling them out, right? You should be calling them out. And it makes me wonder, how bad do you want an Errol Spence fight? Because you say you're not worried about the fight. You say you don't care about that fight no more, right? You say the fight is not going to happen, period. And then you're not doing nothing, right, to make your claim, to make your 50-50 demands look any better. You ain't calling none of these big fighters out. What you doing? I don't know. Shit look real. The shit look real suspect to me. I don't know. Maybe it makes it look like, right? It make it look like that you comfortable fighting these mediocre opponents. It makes it look like that. Well, fuck it. If I don't get a Spence fight next, I'm comfortable with getting my $4 million or whatever it is guaranteed fighting, fighters that everybody know I'm gonna beat, right? When you go to the Vegas odds, fighters that I'm a plus a negative 1,000 favorite, right? Against, I'm a negative 1,000 favorite. I'm comfortable. I'm gonna just go get my bag with guys I know I can beat, and I'm comfortable because I'm getting a guarantee, right? But I'm letting you know like this, right? You keep doing that, when you become a free agent, right? Shit gonna hit the fan. Right? Shit gonna hit the fan. Right? Because ain't nobody finna pay you no fucking guarantee if you're not gonna fight these big name fighters. Not Bob Arum, not Eddie Hearn, and not Al Heyman. So you're gonna have to go out there and get it, right? It ain't gonna be no more guarantees for fighting bullshit fights. All of the Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, and Al Heyman, they all looked at what's going on. I mean, well, Bob Arum, he already told you the situation, right? He ain't happy with having to pay you this guarantee when you ain't fighting no big name opponents anyway, when you ain't selling, right? And the rest of these promoters, they've been looking at that shit. So the next contract that you have, if you want to secure these big bags, you're gonna have to fight these big name fighters. And that's just what it is. This shit crazy. But let's move on, right? I seen Blue Blood. I seen, Blue Blood. He came out with some news that Ugas is demanding 50-50 now against Errol Spence. Hold on, y'all. I seen some news, right? Money, what's happening with it? Money, he ain't on today because he got some schoolwork that he needs to, meet the deadline. He got some catching up he needs to do. Drico, and if y'all ain't subscribed to my man Money Brown TV, go subscribe to Money. You probably already is. Drico Bay say, okay, let's look at it this way. What if TC just using his next opponent as a tune-up because he's sitting back waiting on the winner with against Spence Ugas because he thinks Spence have to fight him next? It's no way that you have a tune-up opponent. He has to have somebody that's a big name for him to even leverage a 60-40, right? It ain't no way he know better than that. That man ain't no fucking dummy. If he's thinking like that, Drico, if that's the way that he's thinking, he must have bumped his head somewhere, right? If that's the way that he's thinking, he must have bumped his head somewhere. Real talk. Because it ain't going down like that. That ain't happening. Straight up and down. That's not happening. You feel me? Simon out of BC. What's happening with it? Hey, dude said Simon Adebisi. He put his name as Simon Adebisi. Most of y'all ain't gonna know what that name come from, but I do. Back in the 90s, there was a show on HBO. It was called what was it was called Oz. And Simon Adebisi was man, that fool was a beast in Oz. If any of y'all know who Oz, what the show Oz was back in the 90s, and put a one in the put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if any. Yeah. Money, y'all know. Young Murder Cut Man, Chef Boy ID. Yeah, John Kramer. Y'all know what that man. Oz was the shit. Man, that was me and my pops. Me and my pops used to watch Oz all the time. That was our show back in the day. Shady Girl 85. Yep. Titus Terrell. Yep. Yes, sir. And see, now y'all see everybody that put a one in, y'all see now what y'all did. Y'all snitched on y'allself. Y'all showing y'all age. That's what y'all doing now. Everybody that put a one that know what Oz is, y'all showing y'all age. Hey man, Oz was the shit though. That was my show. Yeah, Shady Girl 85 saying, yep, that was back when HBO, man, that's when HBO was the shit. You know, like that was back when you got pimps hoes down, American Pimp, Oz, you had shit. That was back when Real Sex used to come on. You had no business watching that shit, but you know, man. Titus Terrell said he only 33. Oh, so you was real young when Oz. You was real young when Oz was coming on. You didn't even have no business watching Oz. Hey, he said Titus Terrell said he was watching Real Sex too. See, you know you ain't had no business watching that shit. You know you ain't had no business watching that. Yeah, The Sopranos. You know what? I never fuck with The Sopranos like that. You know, shit. But once The Sopranos started coming on, man, I was heavy in the streets. I wasn't even watching no TV to tell y'all the truth. But The Sopranos was a good one, man, too. Shady Girl 85 say she knows she shouldn't have been watching half them shows. Yeah, shit. Like my folks used to say, see, y'all was mannish. Y'all was some mannish. Y'all was mannish as hell. Draco Bay say HBO After Dark. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Who remember Def Comedy Jam though? Who remember? And see, I'm gonna take it way back. Who remember Def Comedy Jam in the mid-90s? G5 Gabe say my big bro had me watching Oz. He's 8 years older than me. Man, Oz was my shit. Me and my pops used to, man. That was our show, man. Luis Lopez was hey, real talk, man. Nah, in Comic View, see, Comic View was the watered down version of Def Comedy Jam. Def Comedy Jam was that shit. Def Comedy Jam was that raw. What else did HBO have? Remember Taxi Cab Confessions? Who remember that Taxi Cab Confessions on HBO? Because they had Real Sex, they had Taxi Cab Confessions. Who remember that? That Taxi Cab Confessions was the shit too. All shit y'all shouldn't have been watching. Knockout Boxing, yeah. When Martin when he hosted Def Comedy Jam, they had Martin, and then they had Martin hosting Def Comedy Jam, and then they had my man from Rap City. What's his name? Man, what's my man from Rap City that used to host it too? Damn, I can't think of his name. My man from Rap City. Man, them was the days for real. Them was the days. Sex in the City. See, I never watched that. I mean, I used to catch it here and there when it was on, but I wouldn't. Yeah, Joe Clare, because they had Joe Torre, and I think Joe Clare, he was on Def Comedy Jam too. He used to host it too. That shit was raw back in the day. You know what I'm saying? No, not Tigger. We talking about Joe Clare. Joe Claire was before Big Tigger. Joe Claire and what's her name? Big Les and Joe Claire, when they hosted Rap City back in the day, that was the shit. Yeah. Tigger was the basement. We talking about Rap City with Joe Claire and Big Les. That was the shit back in the day. And then we don't get nothing like that, right? So back to this boxing. So, you know, like I said, my man Blue, I seen a video he came out with this morning. I watched it earlier, right? And you know, in the news that he said that, you know, it's rumors going around that Ugas, he's trying to demand a 50-50 split with Errol Spence, right? Errol Spence, Ugas got that third title, right? Ugas got that third belt, the belt that Manny Pacquiao had. And they saying that Ugas is now, demanding a 50-50 split, right, for the fight. That Ugas demanding the 50-50 split. And y'all hit my like button, right? When you come in the building, make sure that you hit the like button, right? Ugas is demanding a 50-50 split. Now, when I heard the news, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's, you know, I don't know how valid it is, you know, and I'm not saying that Blue Blood is putting out no fake news and none of that shit. But a lot of times it's like, you know, the reason I don't know if that's the case or not, you know what I'm saying? The reason I don't know if that's the case or not is because it's like everybody here, right? Everybody know that the thing with the Crawford and Errol Spence is the 50-50 split, right? So sometimes, like, you know, it could be a member of another dude camp that put out some false information or whatever it may be. Oh, well, Ugas, he want a 50-50 split now, right? Just to make it, you know what I'm saying? Just to stir up the pot, right? With the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and to see, right? Just to see what Errol Spence is gonna say, so they'll have a fucking arguing point. Well, Errol Spence ain't said nothing about Ugas. You know how shit go down. Errol Spence ain't said nothing about Ugas, when all along Ugas ain't never said nothing about wanting a 50-50 split. So, right, what I thought, the first thing that I thought when I saw the video is I said, you know what? I ain't gonna believe it until I hear Ugas or one of his team members come out and say that he wants a 50-50 split, right? I'm not gonna believe it until I hear Ugas or one of his team members come out and say that he wants a 50-50 split. So as of this point, I want to hear one of them come out and say it, right? If I don't hear Ugas or his team member come out and say it, to me, it's just, you know, it's just some rumors that probably ain't true, right? It's just some rumors that probably ain't true, you know? But that's Blue Blood's job. His job is to let y'all know what rumors are going on behind the scenes. But Blue, he didn't come and say, right? Blue didn't come and say, look, your Dennis Ugas and his team have came out and said that they want a 50-50 split. He didn't say that. He didn't say that because we haven't seen neither one of them say that. So until that happens, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because Ugas, right, he couldn't be that fucking retarded, right? If he wants a fight, you know what I'm saying? Now, he could say this if he really don't want to fight with Errol Spence, right? But if he wants a fight with Errol Spence, he couldn't be that retarded to demand a 50-50 split because you know that you're not going to get it, right? You haven't done, like, you ain't done nothing. Like, you haven't done what Sean Porter's done. You ain't done what Keith Thurman's done. You ain't done what Terrence Crawford has done. You haven't done nothing to even think in your head that you might want to ask for a 50-50 split. You're not on that level, right? So it would be ignorant for him to even bring a 50-50 split to the table, right, with Errol Spence, if Errol Spence is telling Terrence Crawford no on a 50-50 split, when Terrence Crawford, right, has done way more than you have in your whole career, right? You probably will never get to the accomplishments that Terrence Crawford has got to, right? and he not getting a 50-50 split. Like that I don't see that being true, right? I don't see that being the fact. But you know, we'll see. Shady Girl says, do I remember all that? Yeah, all that was the shit. That was the shit back in the day. All that was the shit. Sheena says, Ugas got gifted Manny belt. Now he wants a 50-50. Like I said, Sheena, I ain't gonna believe it right now. Yeah, we got like Money say, we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see because a lot of news come out, right? And it's just news to basically throw us off, right? It's just news to throw us off. Because see, what's gonna happen, right? Is when all of the Bud fans get, you know, it could have been one of them that put that shit out, right? Could have been Buzz Camp that leaked that shit out just to make an arguing point, right? So what happens, right? Is that's gonna be their new argument point, right? That's gonna be their new argument point. You might see Money Brown on the panel arguing with these cats now, right? About some shit that ain't even true, right? Because now they're gonna come out, they're gonna try to come at me and Money and Blue and whoever else, right? Well, why he ain't came out and said nothing about Ugas? He gonna give Ugas a 50-50 split, you know, and they gonna run with that shit. DJ says, and why are we talking about Ugas? Why all the talent at 47 we talking about Ugas? So I guess that you asking, why are we talking about Ugas when it pertains to Errol Spence? Basically, you probably asking, why is Errol Spence trying to fight Ugas? I mean, common sense. I just said it. He has a belt. He got that third title. Did you just find that out? Or maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know that, DJ. That's why we're talking about Ugas, because he's a champion. Brown on Boxing says the team Crawford supporters who have put that out to slow down negotiations with Spence and Ugas. Rumors have it that the fight is about to be announced in the next week. Yeah, that's what I thought when I heard it. I'm like, man, that shit ain't, you know. But like I said, shout out to Blue, because that's Blue. That's what he do. He'll let you know about all of the rumors. He not sitting there telling y'all like, oh yeah, I spoke to Team Ugas and they demanding the 50-50 split. He's not saying that. He just saying what rumors are going around, right? And we all know that rumors, shit, 80% of the time they ain't true, especially in boxing. Joe the B says, if Ugas would have fought for the belt, what do you think he would be able to demand? If he would have fought for the belt, probably 60. I mean, if he would have fought Pacquiao and beat Pacquiao for the belt, right? I think that he would have been able to demand maybe 60-40, probably 60-40, because he has he got a good resume. You know what I'm saying? He got a good resume. Maybe 60-40, maybe I don't know. Probably like 60-40 at the most. 60-40 at the most. Yeah. That's at the most. 65-35. 65-35. I would say probably 65-35. That's what I would say. Todd Swindle say Ugas didn't even win his belts. It was given to him. Yeah, it's like, bro, that's why I don't think that Ugas is that retarded to even be asking for no 50-50 split. That's why I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. That's just my opinion. I don't believe it. Knockout Boxing 86 TV say 60-40 at best for Ugas. He say, hell, he should be happy with a 65-35. Yeah, just like I said, he ain't on pay-per-view without Spence. That's what these dudes be missing. Spence is the pay-per-view regardless of who he fights. Real talk. Now, let's move along, right? We an hour in, and now I want to really start cooking on what I made the title of the video about, right? And the thing is with boxing right now, right? With boxing right now, I say to myself, like, what is missing in boxing? It's like, it's something that's missing, right? We got our stars now, right? We have our stars of today. We got the Errol Spence, the Terrence Crawfords, the Gervonta Tank Davis, the Teofimo Lopez's up and coming stars, Devin Haney's and up and coming cats like Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? We got Shakur Stevenson. We got a lot of talent, right? We have a lot of talent, but in every era in boxing, they've always had talent in every era, right? And it's like, what are we missing now today, right? And I say, where's our Roy Jones Jr.? Where's our Floyd Mayweather? Pretty boy Floyd. Mike Tyson. Where's our Muhammad Ali? And right now, right, without Deontay Wilder in the game, and I'm going to explain what I'm talking about as I get into this, right? Without Wilder in the game, we missing that right now, right? Because we got exciting fighters, right? But we don't have exciting fighters that give you that excitement outside of the ring, right? Like it's a movie. Y'all got to understand, when Roy Jones was doing what he did, when Money Mayweather was doing what he did, when Ali was doing the things that he did, Mike Tyson, we didn't even have social media, right? So with these fighters now, we got social media, right? But with those fighters that I named, we didn't have social media, right? But it was a movie, right? Their life was like a movie because however we had to follow it, right? Whether it was by the news, by boxing magazines, by press conferences, whatever it was, we wanted to know they every move, right? They talk that shit, right? We fiend to see them in the ring, right? It was an event when they got in the ring from their entrances, right? Roy Jones coming out with Method Man and Red Man, right? We still talking about this shit to this day. To this day, we still talking about that, right? Just the things that they was doing, the innovative things that they was doing. We still talk about Muhammad Ali, the quotes that he made right outside of the ring, right? The quotes that he was making, the things that he was doing outside of the ring, right? Mike Tyson, the shit that he was doing outside of the ring. Floyd Mayweather, when we got to see everything that he was doing outside of the ring, right? And then they would go in the ring, right? And they would give us just as much excitement in the ring, right? We don't have that today. We had Adrian Broner. That's why a lot of people, right, is still holding on to Adrian Broner. That's why a lot of people still holding on. Real talk. That's why a lot of people still holding on to that Adrian Broner, right? Dream. It's a dream now because it's past, right? Because the only one that really had that, right, that we've seen was AB. But see, the thing with AB is it got to a point where he couldn't back it up in the ring. Them guys that I'm talking about, they was able to do that, but still back it up and give you that excitement in the ring. That's what we missing today. That's why when you see a Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight, you see them do big pay-per-view numbers that we not seeing none of these fighters pull in, right? Because if you really think about it, right, we all are still fiending, right? If you're a boxing fan, some of y'all ain't boxing fans. Some of y'all just like a fighter and you just go, you know what I'm saying, swing off a fighter's nutsack, right? If you're a real boxing fan and you really think about it, and tell me if I'm lying, we all fiend for those days, right? When you know, those days that we couldn't sleep, right? Because a fight was coming up, right? Because these guys were so they were so innovative. They was doing shit that we had never seen, and they were so excited, even outside of the ring, right? We was fiending to see them inside of the ring. The build up to these fights. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no social media. We didn't have to, we wasn't worried. We wasn't never worried about how much. We wouldn't say, oh, you know what? Holyfield and Tyson fighting. I wonder how much money they making. Let's argue about how much money they making, right? That's a part of the game. That's why we talk about it now, because that's a part of the game with social media. Or you wouldn't hear these guys. You never heard Roy Jones, right, and James Toney, right, come on TV and talk about who was making more money, right? Or I got more fans than you do. No, it was straight up, what I'm gonna do to you when you get in the ring. And then we couldn't wait to see Mike Tyson come out, right? With that music blasting, with that towel. He wasn't even no showman like that, but it was that aura that he had, right? You couldn't wait to see that ring entrance. Shit, you couldn't wait to see what Tyson was gonna do, right? You couldn't wait to see what Tyson was gonna do in the press conference. What type of crazy shit he was gonna say, right? You couldn't wait to see what Roy Jones was gonna say in the build-up to a fight. What Roy Jones was gonna do in the ring, and what he was gonna say after he got that microphone, after he got that win, right? That devastating knockout or whatever he did, and what he was gonna get on the microphone and give you. You couldn't wait to see him, his ring entrance, right? Who he was gonna come out with, right? Maybe he was gonna rap and come out, you know what I'm saying, rapping to his own shit, dancing. Adrian Broner was the only one that gave us that. That's why AB, everybody was just trying to put AB in a position. Oh, he's the next Mayweather. He did, because we was missing that. That's what we knew, that at that point in time, we knew, right? Mayweather's he damn near out the door, right? We ain't gonna have this no more. Even with Mayweather, right? He gave us an event. He gave us an event, and then he would go back it up in the ring. All that shit he was talking, he would make fans emotional, right? We don't have that no more. We don't have that no more. You know what I'm saying? And then we would see him on HBO 24/7, like Linda. And salute to Linda in the chat. She says Mayweather and the HBO 24/7 thing helped add a lot of drama and narrative to a fight. I can't even imagine a fighter like Bud Crawford doing that. Dude says as little as possible every time. Yeah, like they not like even my man Errol Spence, right? I'm a huge Errol Spence fan, but right, he don't have that in him, right? He's like, you know, when he around his people, he does that, but he don't have that showman, that limelight. That's what we missing, right? We missing that fighter that has that. And the title says why we need Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder, right? After Adrian Broner, right? When Deontay Wilder finally got that light shined on him, right? He gave us that. He gave us great press conferences, right? He gave us great quotes, right? He talked that shit. He said he wanted to kill a man in the ring. He gave fans emotion, right? He made these fans emotional, right? He gave us something to talk about, events to look forward to, right? Without him, he the closest thing that we have, right? And don't try to act like, oh, well, he's nowhere near on Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather. I'm not saying that, right? But he gave us that excitement, right? He talked that shit, and then he backed it up in the ring with devastating knockouts. He gave us what we wanted to see. Yeah, Tyson Fury talked that shit, but when he get in the ring, 95% of the time, his shit is boring. That's what people think. That's why we need Wilder, right? Y'all talk about Wilder like a dog, but we need Wilder in the sport of boxing right now, right? We missing. When will we get another Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, right? That has that all around, everything all around. Malachi Walker off in the building. Bruce Gold says, what have no rivalries? We have no rivalries that actually fight anywhere but Twitter. Yeah, but Twitter. Twitter, my bad. Yeah, we don't have those rivalries right now. But right, the thing is that because we're not getting these fights, we need this more than ever. We need that outside of the ring personality, persona, right? That's going to be able to get in the ring and back it up, right? That's going to, if they ain't going to fight nobody, right? At least we're going to be tuned in and interested in them watching them fight, no matter who they get in the ring with, right? No matter who they get in the ring with. When Mike Tyson was fighting bums, right? We didn't give a fuck who he was fighting. We just wanted to see him fight, no matter who he got in the ring with. He was fighting motherfuckers like Peter McNeely when he came back, but we were so excited to see it, right? Bruce Seldon. Them dudes was bums, right? A lot of the fights that Mike Tyson was fighting, they weren't upper A class fighters. Keep it 100, but it was Mike Tyson that we was fiending to see. Roy Jones, he fought some of the best guys, but a lot of the guys that he was fighting, right? We didn't give a fuck who they was. Some of them dudes, we didn't know who they was, but we was just excited to see him in the ring, to see what he was going to do, what his ring interest was going to be. Muhammad Ali, the same way. I wasn't born when Muhammad Ali was in his heyday, but we all seen his fights. We all seen, the history. We all know what was going on. Man, it's crazy. We don't got that. That's why we, like I said, that's why we buy when these old school dudes like Roy Jones and Tyson. That's why I sell like that, because everybody want to hold on to that glory day, because we're not getting that. The only time we get that is when Wilder was, off in this thing, talking that shit, giving us that. So you can hate on Wilder all you want, but right, he gave you that. That shit I was talking about, he gave you that. The great ring interests, right? The you know what I'm saying? The entertainment outside of the ring, the entertainment in the press conferences, and he came and backed it up in the ring, right? He came and backed it up in the ring. Ain't nobody else doing that in the sport right now. We got guys that's talented that either have one or the other, right? They might do a lot of shit outside of the ring, right? But they ain't backing it up inside of the ring. So that's just what what the game is missing. That's what the game is missing. Jay West, what's happening? Robert Drummer says showmanship is a part of selling the fight. You either got it in you or you don't. You know what I'm saying? You can't force it. You can't force it. You either got it in you or you don't. Bruce Gold says Duran Leonard was a 90-10 split, but no one cared. It was boxing at its finest. Real talk. Real talk. Robert Drummond says, I don't understand why people hate Wilder so much. They say all he has is one punch power. We look forward to seeing that, especially from Iron Mike. They could talk shit about Wilder all they want, right? But when he fights, right? When he talk, when he speak, they tuning in. So don't let that shit fool you, Robert. That's why we need Wilder. We need Wilder. Right? Because we not going to get them names, them greats that I named, right? Without Wilder, ain't none of these other cats doing that. Like that. Drico Bay says, them Charlos be talking that shit, but I know where you're coming from. Yeah, the Charlos be talking that shit, right? They do talk, they do, Charlos is one, but they there, but they ain't there yet. Like, right? They not there yet. They don't give you that Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson type of feeling, right? They don't give you that yet, right? They don't give you all of that yet. It's just like I said, with that, you born with it. It's not like Mike Tyson wasn't trying to be like that. Roy Jones, he didn't have to try to be like that. Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was Floyd Mayweather created a persona, right? But that was him. That's him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to try to be like that. It's just, I think with the Charlos, a lot of they shit come off as more as they're aggravated. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get asked questions and they'll go off and they aggravated. It's not showmanship. They not you know what I'm saying? They don't have that it factor, that showmanship like that. You know what I'm saying? They just more like they'll talk some shit and they'll get aggravated when speaking to the media. So that's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We talking about all around showmanship. Yep, Sheena, that's real talk. She said, you might like me, you might hate me, but you gonna pay to watch me. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? So when people, that's not like with the Charlos, and like I said, I fuck with the Charlos, but what they giving us is not what I'm talking about. We don't get that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Skip Crumbler said Wilder was wild and cocky and entertaining. We love that. I would love to see him bounce back. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere though, but it's just like he's not in the limelight no more. So we need Wilder, right? We need Wilder. We need that. Like I said, it's guys that have that factor, that it factor like that, but they don't have the in ring. You know what I'm saying? That I think Jarrell Miller, right? If Jarrell Miller was first of all, he a fucking pure steroid cheat and everything else he could put in his body, right? But Jarrell Miller, if he was ever able to get to that point, you know what I'm saying? He has that persona, that personality factor, but he don't got it in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that explosiveness in the ring. You see what I'm saying? Wilder was the only one that had it, that was doing it outside the ring, that was giving you great ring entrances, great quotes, great press conferences, and backing it up in the ring, right? Man, that's why I always say to people, right? That's why I always say to people, imagine if AB, right, would have been able to continue to do what he was doing inside the ring, right? At what he was doing at 130 and 135. Imagine if AB was able to stay focused, right? Stay disciplined and give you that what he was giving you, right? Inside the ring, because he got it outside the ring, right? He got that outside the ring, he got it all the way. But imagine if he was able to give you that, right? And continue to show out like he was doing at 130 and 135, right? I'm going to tell y'all right now, if AB was able to live up to that, right? Boxing right now would probably be right there with UFC or past UFC. We was missing that. We didn't have that until Wilder, you know what I'm saying? Until Wilder came, but Wilder came and broke through the door and he gave us that. But he had a little, we know what happened in that Fury shit. I'm not gonna get into that, but imagine, right? We could even say this, right? Imagine if Wilder had to win and beat Fury in the second fight, right? Stephen Lee, I know somebody was gonna say that. Gervonta was training under AB for a bit. I think some of that rubbed off on Tank. Tank don't have that persona. Tank has it in the ring, right? He gives us excitement in the ring. Tank ain't giving us no excitement outside the ring. What excitement is Tank giving us outside the ring, right? He's not giving us that outside. I'm talking about the whole package. I'm not talking about, giving us excitement, because if it's excitement in the ring, right now we got Berlanga. He giving us great excitement in the ring with Tank Davis also, right? But they don't have that all around, like I said. Somebody got to break out. It's wide open right now. Boxing right now is wide open to be taken. And like I said, Wilder is already in the leader seat. All he got to do is come back, right? Come back and start off where he left off from. Skip Crumpler says Wilder. Oh, yeah, I read that. So y'all give me some names if y'all think I'm missing some names, right? And y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. This is what the game is missing. You know what I'm saying? You can't do a 24/7 right now unless it's Wilder. Now you could do a 24/7 with like a Wilder and Tyson Fury. That's great, right? You can't Hector Camacho. Yep, but I'm saying Hector Camacho is another one. We ain't got no Hector Camacho right now. Sheena said Hector Camacho was another one who was a king of talking shit and backed it up. And he gave us excitement outside of the ring in great press conferences, in great ring entrances, right? He gave us all of that. Hector Macho Camacho. Man, I used to be shit. Y'all, back in the day, you couldn't tell me shit about Hector Macho Camacho. That was my dude. But we missing that. Let me know some of these guys is in boxing right now that's giving y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know somebody that's, if I'm missing somebody, put the name out there. Let me know somebody that's giving y'all that whole excitement, that whole everything, right? Who else can you make a HBO 24/7 type show with that's going to give you a great entertainment like that? Anthony Felix Trinidad, he was great in the ring, but he wasn't no showman. Bernard Hopkins wasn't no showman like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had a little bit of it, but they ain't have, you can't put them on the level with Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather and Ali and Wilder like that. You know what I'm saying? So Arturo Shoddy, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah, so Wilder, you know what I'm saying? Y'all talk that shit about Wilder, but y'all need Wilder right now to make you know what I'm saying, to make a big splash, right? When he come back, y'all need him to make a big splash, because Wilder the only one that I can see that we can get that from right now, right? All these other cats, if they come out and start doing it, it's gonna be forced. And we know when something is forced, it gotta be in you, not on you. Drico Bay says basically we're missing creativity and showmanship. That's because the internet has watered sports down. That's real talk. That's real talk. It's the creativity, the showmanship, right? And being able to back it up inside the ring. Right. That's what we're missing. That's what the game is missing. So if anybody got in Skip say Sugar Ray Leonard is one of the most exciting fighters to be back in the days. Yeah, Sugar Ray was a beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was an event. When these fighters that I'm naming, it was an event. Like, you know, it was a whole event. You know, I think that Errol Spence could give us that if he came all the way out of that shell, right? Because Errol Spence, he got that. He got that showmanship and the clown, and he can talk shit and do all of that, but he don't do it like that. He do it when he around his people. We need somebody that's comfortable with doing that shit, you know, outside. outside of just being around their own circle. You feel me? Yeah. So that's what the game is missing, man. And I came up and I was thinking about that shit. I was just, just thinking about it like, man, why I don't get the same feeling as I did, coming up with boxing and even when AB was at 130 and 135, like when you knew AB was finna fight, you damn near couldn't sleep the night before because you was so excited to. First of all, he made you excited, the shit that he was talking in the press conference, right? Then you was just so excited to see him in the ring and the shit he was doing in the ring, right? And then his ring entrances, you was excited to see that shit, and you was excited to see what he was gonna do after he knocked the motherfucker out, right? Stephen Lee, Caleb Plant ain't. You know what? And it's crazy because Caleb Plant was showing you that at one point, but Caleb Plant, he toned it down a lot of bit. And Caleb Plant, when he do interviews, I fuck with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, one of my favorite fighters, but he had that. Hold on, my bad. Caleb Plant, he had that showmanship, early on in the ring. He came in the ring, he would be clowning this shit, but Caleb Plant, when he get on the mic, he don't have that ain't his personality. You know what I'm saying? He's too calm. He don't really talk that much of shit. He kind of like he's nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? He got like a cocky attitude, nonchalant, but he don't give us that. Caleb Plant, nah. That's what I'm saying. Y'all trying to name fighters of today, and we can't name them. Like, you know what I'm saying? We reaching. We're reaching, trying to make some of these fighters what they really not. And that's not a knock on none of these fighters because, like I said, you got some of these fighters like Caleb Plant that's great in the ring, but they ain't giving us that outside of the ring. And for us to see the next big mega star, we're going to need to see that fighter, right, that can carry all of that on his back, that got it in him, right? It can't be on him, it got to be in him. We're going to need to see that fighter. Anthony say, I used to like Prince Nassim Hamed. Prince Nassim Hamed was another one. He was another one, right? We don't have no Prince Nassim Hamed right now. Stephen Lee says it's because he went through too much of shit. Once he wins a couple more fights, he'll get there. I hope so, because I fuck with Caleb Plant heavy. I hope so. But Caleb, I've interviewed Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is not. I'm trying to tell you, he's not that. That's not his character. Caleb Plant is real laid. He talks shit, but his shit is more of a cocky type of shit. Caleb Plant is real laid back. He's real laid back like that. He's not. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna give you what you want when it comes to that type of shit. Sheena says, yeah, she say I'm right. It has to be in you, not on you. That's real talk. It got to be in you because, see, if you just trying to force that shit, we know it. We can see that shit. Drico say, my great uncle David Bay used to box on Worldwide Sports. I wasn't born, but I see the tapes of my family all geeked up the whole month of the fight, right? You're right. Boxing is missing that. Anticipation is missing that, right? It's missing that. Yeah, when Errol when Errol Spence fight, right? I think it's a big anticipation when he fights, right? He's one of the ones that we anticipate, right? But we not anticipating like, man, what is Errol Spence gonna say next? What is he gonna do? Is he gonna do like, you know what I'm saying? What he gonna do when he come out in this ring entrance? What he gonna get on the microphone and say? Like, it's not a fighter that's giving us all of that in one package. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. And we was getting that with those fighters that I was naming. And you know what I'm saying? Holyfield was another one. Holyfield wasn't no exciting outside of the ring, but you know why Holyfield gave us that great anticipation like that is because every time Holyfield stepped in the ring, you knew it was going to be a hell of a fight, and he was fighting the best all the time. You see what I'm saying? It's either got to be, if you're not going to give us that whole package, you got to be an Evander Holyfield that's going to be quiet, but you fighting the best and you giving us exciting fights from round one to whenever that shit end the whole time. Go back and watch Holyfield Bow 1, Holyfield Bow 2. It ain't no boring lapses in those fights. Holyfield versus Michael Doe. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no. So Anthony Palanca, but that's the reason. But that's another reason, right? Holyfield wasn't giving us the outside shit, right? So that's another reason why Holyfield, right, was always, and when it came to popularity, he was always below Mike Tyson, right? He was always below Mike Tyson. Riddick Bowe, he had that it factor. Riddick Bowe had that. You was one. He had the everything. He had that shit. But Riddick Bowe didn't have discipline, right? He didn't have the discipline, so his shit didn't last long. He wasn't consistent. Anthony say, I guess people would say Canelo, he's almost like a rock star to boxing. Well, Canelo, he don't give us all of that. We don't know what Canelo's doing outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? Canelo not doing no crazy shit in no press conferences. Canelo not coming to the ring all the time, you know, giving you crazy ass ring entrances. Canelo not talking that big shit like that. Canelo's not getting on the microphone after he wins a fight and talking some crazy shit like Roy Jones was doing. Canelo ain't it. He not it. And Canelo, he don't even speak in English. He can speak great English. Canelo speak perfect English, right? But he won't. But Canelo ain't it. Like I said, we can keep reaching, but ain't nobody really gave me nobody yet. Ain't nobody in the chat been able to give me somebody like that yet. And hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. And let me see. And if you want to support the growth of the channel, you know, hit the Cash App. But yeah, it's just we looking for it, but we just ain't getting it. We ain't getting it, right? We looking for it, but we ain't getting it. And I don't see, right? I don't see no up and coming guys that's just don't give us that. Maybe Berlanga, right? If Berlanga can keep up what he doing inside the ring, Berlanga, he got that. He got. I think Berlanga got it in him. You know what I'm saying? Edgar Berlanga, he got it in him. I think he's one that do have it in him. And if he continue to do what he's doing out inside of the ring, I think we're going to continue to see more of that. I think Berlanga might got it in him. You know what I'm saying? Berlanga, he might got it in him. He might be the one. Berlanga might be the one. Yeah, right, Sheena. Canelo, he want to make people believe that he don't know how to speak English. It's funny. Ralph said Berlanga garbage. Why he garbage? Why is he garbage? What makes you say that Berlanga is garbage? I want to know. Sheena say maybe Shakur in a few years. Shakur, he ain't got that. He ain't got that showmanship in him. Shakur don't have that showmanship in him, right? He don't got it in him like that. You know what I'm saying? Come on. When people were saying, oh, Adrian Byrne, who is this silly motherfucker coming to the ring, dancing and doing all of that? People was talking about the shit was silly, but you love to see it, right? That's why I wish, man, I ain't gonna lie. I really wish that AB, man, had a really tapped into all of his talent and had it. I'm disappointed that AB sold himself short, right? I'm real disappointed because, you know, if AB was able to live up to everything that, you know, people wanted him to, man, boxing would be at a whole nother level right now. Boxing would be at a whole nother high right now, right? That's why it's falling off, because we don't have that. Especially now, y'all get to see, right? When Wilder went quiet, y'all get to see, right? That we need game, that we need Wilder, right? The game needs Wilder right now. World Combat Sports off in the building. What it do with it? Y'all go subscribe to my man Scotty White, World Combat Sports on YouTube. I appreciate you, Scotty. Malachi Walker says, yeah, Berlanga, but I see him getting found out if they put him in the ring with a pure boxer. Well, they got to keep, you know what I'm saying? He's still real green, you know, as far as a professional. They got to keep moving him the right way and let him keep growing his skills. We can't just say, oh, he garbage, right? What is he showing to show you that he's garbage? You can't say that he garbage. Ralph Estrada says he's all hype, ain't fought nobody, above D level. Fighters called above D-level fighters. Called out Benavidez. Benavidez called his bluff. Had his team reach out to Berlanga, team top rank, and got nothing but crickets. What y'all got to understand is Berlanga is he's just turned pro not too long ago. You dig what I'm saying? Let's see how long Berlanga been pro, right? Y'all got to let these dudes breathe. You know what I'm saying? You think that he's supposed to be in there fighting a fucking David Benavidez right now? Come on, bro. Hold on. Real quick. Let me pull up Berlanga. He's 23 years old, right? Edgar Berlanga is only 23 years old, right? He only got 16 fights. He's 16-0 with 16 KOs. 23 years old, right? Edgar Berlanga's pro debut was in 2016, right? So you can't sit on here and call the man trash, right? He's still learning, right? They not finna put him in the ring, right? Why would you do that? Ralph, Benavidez has him about the same age, yeah, right? Benavidez is just about a year older than him, right? But Benavidez been a fucking professional since he was 16 years old then, right? David Benavidez got, what, 30-some fights already? Hold on. Hold on real quick. Let me see. David Benavidez got 23 fights. My bad. He been a pro, but he been a pro since 2013. David Benavidez been a pro since 2013, right? Ralph, let me ask you something, my man. Ralph, and shout out to Ralph. Ralph, if you had Berlanga, right? If Berlanga was your fighter, right? Would you put him in the ring right now with a David Benavidez? Y'all got to think about this shit. Why would they put him in the ring right now with a David Benavidez? That don't make sense. David Benavidez, like I said, he been pro since 2013. So you can't say that he's garbage just because he ain't got in the ring with a David Benavidez yet. Let the man grow. Let him grow. You know, by the time he get, 20 fights up under his belt, then that's when we need to start looking, okay, well, we now put him in there with some of the big dogs. And you got to understand, right? Berlanga is under Bob Arum. Do you think that Bob Arum is going to make a fight with Berlanga and David Benavidez? It ain't going to happen. Come on, bro. You know better than that. Stephen Lee says, I think it would be it would be good for them to fight now. That way they can have wars for the future. I don't. That's not. He's not on that. He's still building. He's still building his fan base. He's still getting better in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a step up fight. He got to have a step up fight, right? Before he got to fight a Anthony Durrell or somebody like that before they put him in there with a Benavidez. Come on, bro. Put him in the ring with a fucking Yildirim or somebody like that before they even put him in the ring with a David Benavidez. It steps to this shit. You're not finna just throw him in there in the fuck with, you know what I'm saying? You're not about to just throw him in there in the fucking lion's den right off the rip. That to me, that it would be silly. It'll be silly to do something like that. But I see where you coming from, Ralph, because Ralph, I see you looking at it like, okay, why talk that shit and then, you know, but the thing is, it don't matter how much of shit that he talks. Bob Arum and Todd DeBuff, they not gonna let him go fight no David Benavidez right now. The company knows how big that fight can be in the future. Like, think about that. If David Benavidez keep winning and Berlanga keep winning, imagine how big that fight could be in the future. Why would you waste a fight like that right now? And both of them dudes is big guys, so they probably gonna end up at 175. You wouldn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Malachi says Boots gonna be the one to bring us what we're looking for with the charisma, entertainment factor. Boots is another one. We could, you know what I'm saying? But see, Boots, he ain't got that loud, that talk that shit, that brash. We gotta have the whole package. Like I said, there's a lot of these dudes that got some of it, but they don't have that whole package. When you looked at Roy Jones, when you looked at Floyd Mayweather, when you looked at Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali, they wasn't lacking in no area, right? They wasn't lacking in no area they was lacking in, right? They could do it all. Shit, even I'm talking about from dancing to talking shit to doing crazy shit outside of the ring to ring entrances, all of that, right? Mike Tyson couldn't dance, but you might see him on there dancing with women and shit outside of the ring at a beauty pageant, all of that. You know, we was getting that. So we need somebody that had the whole it factor, and Adrian Broner had that. Adrian Broner had that whole factor, but he just couldn't live up to it in the ring. Cassandra Mason in the building, super late. What's going on with you, Cassandra? Prince Nassim had it. You know what I'm saying? Like Robert Drummond, Prince Nassim had that. He had that. He wasn't missing none of that. Man, somebody get this dude Hassan. Get him up out of here. Block him. Somebody block this dude Hassan. Drico Bay says even Don King and Howard Cosell had that it factor. Don King, yeah. Like, it's crazy because we all tuned in to see what type of shit Don King was going to do, right? Was Don King going to fucking leave his fighter out in the cold and go and go over to the winner's side, right? And have his arm around the winner's side and just leave his fighter like he was never fucked with. Don King used to do some cold shit. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around and Don King will have you, right? Promote you through the whole fight, right? He promoting you, hype you up. You fuck around and lose. Next thing you know, right? After they announce a winner, Don King got his arm around the winner and act like he ain't got nothing to do with the fighter that he was promoting. Don King was a motherfucker for real. Sheena say they don't want some of the fans to dislike them, but the ones who really have it don't care what anybody thinks. That's real talk, Sheena. They scared to do certain shit because they don't want the fans to dislike them. When right? When at the end of the day, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, half of these motherfuckers gonna dislike you anyway, right? They gonna dislike you anyway. Errol Spence was quiet as a church mouse for you know, most of his career. And they disliked him anyway. Said he was just Jeff Lacy 3.0. Said he was a steroid cheat. Said he was just a hype job. Come on. And the man wasn't even saying nothing back then. Shit, you barely knew he could talk. So it don't matter. It don't matter. They gonna not like you anyway. But, you know, like I said before, it got to be in you, not on you. We can't force none of this shit on these fighters. But yeah, but anyway, and that's all I got for today. You know, that's all I got. You know, I appreciate, man, another good show. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Once again, hit that like button before we leave the building. And let me see if I miss anybody. And once again, like I said, salute to everybody in the chat. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. We out.
They're senior in no department. Speed. Power. Chance. Heart. Nuts.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll, what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like Ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time that Lester been black and eyes like Debo. Like Debo? And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8. 7-8. And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, I wear my crown. Fuck around, I wear my crown. Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again. Real talk like fight fan.